Yeah, do it.
Jayla France.
Now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of
hyped
Universal
up.
Pictures movie,
Here we
I
go.
now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God
Nobody's
bless
watching.
America. And gentlemen, start
Here we go.
your
This rocks.
Absolutely.
I love that. I'm gonna do that for all of our I
Round
don't know if we
table.
want to do it for pre-games or pods or stuff, but during the playoffs, every show has to start with that. Everyone.
Correct. I agree.
I mean,
I mean, it's,
I don't know.
it's perfect for the pregame pod.
They should do that before tip.
Yeah. They should put
Joey Spatula's in.
yeah. Joey's back. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. Congratulations, Andrew. You beat the Bulls, who literally ran into each other while trying to do an alley-oop last night. You know,
Also,
good job.
take the Celtics out of it. I still don't think that's true.
Yeah, and first of all, you're saying best player in the East. Let's see. Where's your rank? Maybe top 5? Maybe top 5.
I mean, he's not
Maybe.
watching. You know he's not watching. He just came here
I know,
like
but I'm just
4.5
now I'm
hours
curious.
ago.
Well,
He
because
said
like
it
I
before
don't
the start of the show. Yeah.
I know. Well, he said this at 7:36 in the
7:30.
morning. I don't
I
dislike
respect the
Jalen
commitment to
Brunson.
the bit.
Yeah, I love Jalen Brunson, but he's maybe top 5 in the East. Like,
But
calm down.
this is what I mean when I'm like, Knicks fans don't deserve anything. This is why.
Andrew's ruined the.
I'm going to be on the Knicks pod tonight. So
Yeah, good luck with that.
Also,
Maine.
yes, for Rui.
Everyone's loving Maine. Let's start there then. We'll start
All
there,
right.
then we'll jump into the title of the pod. The Maine Celtics won game 1 of the G League Finals. Let me rephrase: the Maine Celtics dominated game 1 of the G League Finals. I'll pull up the box score on my screen, but they beat the OKC Blue by 20 points in the first game. Nimish Keita had a big game. I will say it is impossible to find box scores easily for the G League, let alone specific games, but JD Davison had 23, 4, and 12. Keita had 20 and 13. Drew Peterson had 20 and 11. And Jordan Walsh had 15 and 6, 2 blocks, 3 steals. Big games all around for the Maine Celtics and a 1-0 lead now in the G League Finals. 1 game away from winning their first ever G League championship.
would be a huge choke if they don't.
This looks like it's over. They were up 33-14 at the end of the first quarter. They had a 23-point lead going into the final frame. They smacked them from start to finish. Shout out to everyone in the chat who was there. I don't know if you guys saw, but JD Davison had a sick behind the back dime to Keita for a dunk. I mean, they were just toying with them.
They had a tremendous performance. Jack and I were in the playback for Celtics blog, and I had it on my TV on the side. Jack was also watching. Everybody was cooking. The box score tells you that, but watching the game, like, it felt like everybody that was a part of the team had a nice stretch where JD Davison made like 2 or 3 threes in a row. DJ Stewart had some nice buckets. Jordan Walsh was playing defense, turning it into offense. And of course, Nemi, anytime he plays in those games, is just a beast. It was a ton of fun to watch. It's good that one of the Celtic teams won yesterday. And I'm eager to see how they handle this just from a like in-arena entertainment perspective on Thursday, because the Celtics play the Knicks at home. I wonder if there'll be little updates on the Jumbotron, trying to gas up the crowd a little bit. Be like, look at our troops up there in Maine or in OKC, because it'll be on the road.
There should be. They got a chance to close it out again, like I mentioned, in OKC, so it would be on the road. But the Maine Celtics swept the OKC Blue in the regular season, and it didn't really look like they were on the same level in this one either. I can go check. I don't know what the scores were when they played in the regular season because the G League website. If you think the NBA.com website's bad, don't even attempt to use the G League website. It is absolutely horrendous. But I do know the Maine Celtics have been pretty dominant this year, and they did, in fact, sweep the OKC Blue when they played them. And so I'm not saying the OKC Blue don't have a chance. However, they beat them 117-111 and then 114-103 in their 2 games, both of which were on the road. So they are well equipped to play there in OKC, and it is looking like they're going to bring home the G League championship for the Celtics, knock on wood. So would be pretty cool. I checked last night because both teams have a chance because OKC is good in the NBA as well. Last time RJ informed me that a team won the the G League championship and the finals was the Warriors did it. So Celtics have another chance to do it again. Speaking of the main Celtics, not the main Celtics, the Boston Celtics were in Milwaukee. Players vary a lot in the G League. They do, but still. The Celtics were in Milwaukee last night, and they lost 104-91. Fewest points they had scored in a game all season. Also set. I mean, we'll get into free throws separately, so I guess we'll start with just the game. But that was the main talking point from the game. Celtics lose to the Bucks. Nothing falls, and then the Bucks just make everything. Offense looked awkward. Title of the stream is how it felt. They just don't really care. It feels like the Celtics don't care, and it's hard to blame them at this point.
Yeah, and so on top of not being fully engaged, which you knew going in, and it was very obvious from the opening tip, and so there's not really much going on defensively. Now the Bucks, they're getting to the baskets, dribble penetration, they're scoring off cuts, they're making every three they throw up. It felt like we talked about Brook Lopez on the pregame pod yesterday, which was a good time, my debut, and so I mean he just scorched him in the first half. He had 15 points. And it's not a surprise it went that way. On top of the fact that, hey, we don't have anything to play for right now, there is a chance they see the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So why not hold back and not show them anything and continue to experiment and toy around? So I think the Celtics, it was national TV. They would have probably rested more of their starters if it wasn't, but they showed up and they just kind of went through the motions.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned like the keeping tricks up your sleeve thing. Milwaukee treated last night somewhat like a playoff game with the way that they just blitzed Tatum every time he had a screener come up and set a screen for him. And I feel like that alone could have got them a playoff win. So it's interesting to see going forward what they are going to throw at the Celtics to try and muck things up, because Milwaukee has not been a very good defensive team all season. I think they've been slightly better under Doc, but still they haven't been a very good team under Doc. So regardless of how great the defense is, the players don't seem to be having all that much fun. I mean, they looked like they were having a ton of fun early in that game, though, making all the threes. Every single shot went in. And to the Celtics' credit, I don't think they really cared yesterday, but I also think they didn't not care, because they actually did play really, really good defense in the second half. They made that game winnable because they only allowed 15 third quarter points. They were frustrating to watch for the first half of that quarter because they were playing excellent defense, but they couldn't put the ball in the basket. And that was kind of the story of the night. Sub 40% from the field, 32% from three is not going to win you a game, even if you do play good defense. Like holding a team like Milwaukee to 104 points is pretty solid, but you got to put the ball in the basket to win.
I will also say, like Sam said, they missed a lot of open shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. I don't think the Bucks played particularly great defense for parts of the night. Like they did a good job of clogging the paint, but then they left a million wide open threes open, and the Celtics just didn't make them. So I don't look at this game and say I don't make the equation of Celtics scored their fewest point in the seasons. That means the Bucks defense is good now. I look at it as the Celtics just had a bad shooting night, and then they pulled their starters in the fourth quarter. So of course that's not going to get much better there. I also don't think the Celtics defense was really that bad. They held the Bucks to 104 after a rough first quarter. They held them to, I think, 26, 15, 26. Like that's 3 solid quarters in a row. Like you played fine defense down the stretch after a rough first quarter. No one really impressed me. I hope Giannis is okay. It sounds like he should be fine in general, and they're just going to play it by ear, but that was scary, especially that it was a non-contact thing. Jalen had a rough game, so that wasn't fun to watch. But again, it's just really hard for me to pull anything of substance from these games, especially when you can see in the way the Celtics are playing, they really just are doing nothing until the playoff starts, and that's fine. It is what it is. It's just not going to make for the most pleasurable viewing experience, except for, as RJ said, when Tillman and Luke Cornett hit their threes.
Mm-hmm.
That was for Jack.
I was pumped. I was certainly pumped up for that.
It's on Twitter how pumped you were.
Yeah, it was in the playback. I was very pumped up. But
Jack was jawing at Jake Eisenberg on the stream, calling him out. And the whole chat was going crazy, too, calling him out when Tillman drilled the 3 from the corner.
I tweeted at him. I said that was for you.
Excellent.
Had to do it. Not so fun and cool though is the fact that the Celtics set the record for the fewest free throws ever attempted in a game, and luckily for them, it's a record, or I guess unluckily, it's a record that will never be broken because they took 0 free throws against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks only took 2 themselves, so the refs were calling nothing on either side. But Bobby, what do you make of it? Is it just late season? Because some of the missed calls were egregious. Like some of this was like, what, guys, at what point are we gonna, like, I guess respect for committing to the bit, but this is a professional sports league. I don't think we're in the market of bits. I think we're in the market of making the right calls, and that was crazy for both teams, both parties involved.
Yeah, I think 12 fouls is the fewest in a game as well. It's certainly up there. We can double check that one, but can we say the refs were experimenting as well? Maybe they're trying to come up with some curveballs. I wonder if, almost to the point of like, how conspiratorial do you want to get with, like, were there conversations of, hey, we get that this is a national TV game and everyone's got to show up, but really, and unfortunately, we just want to get out of here with no injuries. Let's keep the clock running, so to speak. And obviously we'll talk about Giannis a little more, but I mean, like you said, there were very clear instances of players getting fouled and the refs just swallowing the whistles. So more than anything, it felt intentional and like a little bit of an intentionally over the top message of get ready for the playoffs, because some of the stuff that we called, and obviously it's changed really since the All-Star break, where they've let the defense in particular get away with more and be more physical. But this felt like a message of the playoffs are coming and you guys need to be ready to adapt. So here you go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be too upset at it because, like, it was both ways. But, I mean, Jack, we were in the playback. The Tillman no call when Giannis swiped down across both his arms was unbelievable. Like, that was a play where Giannis gets beat on the drive, concedes the foul by just swiping down as hard as he can on Tillman's arms, and they don't call anything. And they show the replay, he gets all arm. I personally don't really care that the refs didn't call fouls. I think there is some adjusting that the Celtics need to be able to do on the fly when that happens. And to their credit, I think they did an okay job at that. Like, they kind of didn't continue to drive and do the same thing and expect different results, like meaning, oh, we're just going to keep continuing trying to draw fouls and it's not working. No, we're going to move the ball and create open looks from 3, whether or not they're going to drop is one thing, but the offense looked pretty good despite 1, fouls not being called, 2, Milwaukee packing the paint, and 3, shots not falling. The process was there. The results were not yesterday.
Now, let me ask you this, because I agree with the statement, I don't care about it for this game, but like, if what Bobby says is true, and I do think there's some truth to it, of like, could be a trial run for the playoffs. This cannot happen in the playoffs. Like, you can't, like, I understand
Pure
calling
hoops.
fewer
What are you
fouls.
talking about?
You can't call no fouls. Like, when teams are getting hit, like, that can't happen. That's not okay.
Yeah, it was over the top. And look, imagine flipping how it went. I know the Bucks only got 2 free throws, but they needed that game. And they played like a team that was desperate for a win. And the standings are so congested after the Celtics in the East. And so if they had lost because the officials chose to go overboard with just keeping the whistles in their pockets, Bucks fans would have every right to be pissed about that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you can complain about the officials or you can just get better like this. Like, look,
that's
Joel
not
Embiid,
how, like, known
free throw.
No.
He threw contact and put the ball in the basket. You just have to change your mentality sometimes and just be better. Plain and simple. That's why Embiid has an MVP and Tatum doesn't.
On his Max Kellerman right now.
It is funny, though, like, free throw merchant Embiid didn't even get the whistle on this. And this was like one of the things, like,
egregious.
2 months ago before he got hurt. Like, he hasn't really got to adjust to the whole, hey, they don't really blow the whistle anymore thing. So he's still getting his feet wet in it. And he was shocked that he did not get a whistle on that.
It's really bad. Like, I enjoy the quicker games, and I enjoy the, like, let's calm down with the whistles a little bit. But there is a difference between calming down with the whistles and not like
doing it at all.
not basketball, like not like
Fair.
just punching teams and allowing
Got
like,
park ball.
yeah, there's a
prison
difference
ball.
between physicality and I'm just gonna hit you because I can. Like this is
They
not
should
like,
actually
that's
just
not
call your
basketball.
own fouls.
It's
I wonder
ridiculous.
what the league and the people who review the officiating for each performance, what their feedback is. If they're like, hey, like this was almost instructed beforehand, or good idea, or if they're like, you can't, like basically what we're saying, where that's unacceptable. You guys, this was so egregious.
It was like
Bad.
funny to watch, though. I don't think that'll happen in the playoffs. I think they're going to find a happy medium between the Embiid calls that you see where he just gets a rebound and then falls down and gets rewarded for it, and what we saw yesterday where they just don't call any fouls at all. I don't think you can do playoff games with no fouls at all. One, you risk injury at the most important time of the season for your league. Just from a business standpoint, like if somebody like Embiid gets hurt or Tatum or Porzingis, whoever, you're going to lose viewership or excitement because everyone's like, well, that doesn't really matter anymore. That guy got hurt. The field isn't as exciting as it once was. But at the same time, people also don't want to watch 40 free throws. It's just not fun. So there have been times this season where they have called less fouls and it has worked out pretty well. But last night probably wasn't one of them. Even though I didn't find the game to be sub-enjoyable, it just was weird that there were no fouls.
It was whack.
And final thing, this was not like a hesitation on purpose. I just thought of this. The league wants some fouls because they need the ads during the game when they shoot free throws in the playoffs. So that's where all the money's at. You can't have a game like that in the playoffs. You will make significantly less money.
It's tough. Okay. Next thing. I've got to pull up the thing here because I was looking at trivia. We talked about Giannis. I guess we can share brief thoughts on it, but it came out today that I think there no significant damage to the Achilles, but they are just going to be careful and make sure that he is okay before they throw him into any significant games, etc. I know Keith Smith tweeted something along the lines of like, if Giannis is even not able to be Giannis in the first round of the playoffs, like last year, like that, which teams could beat them? Bobby, what do you make of the Giannis injury? Do you think he's fine? How bad do you think it'll be for the playoffs? And do you think this could affect the Bucks playoffs?
So Stunner, I'm not a doctor, but shout out to Dr. Jesse Morris, who is a doctor, because he put out there yesterday that he could tell from Giannis walking back afterwards and limping to the locker room that it wasn't his Achilles. And that it looked to him like, as Stephanie Reddy said on the TNT broadcast, that it's the soleus injury. And then he broke down, Dr. Jesse Morris, the potential timelines for depending on severity. So if this is the most mild version, then it could be 1 to 2 weeks. Now, given the timing, it helps that there's all of a sudden a play-in tournament to give him a little more space. But I mean, if he's not coming back until 2 weeks at the end of that timeline, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll take the full extent, the most mild timeline, but I mean, that's devastating for the Bucks. I don't know how long they can survive, how many games they win without Giannis.
Well, the interesting point to that is, as it stands now, you are looking at a guaranteed pain in the ass first round opponent for the Bucks. You're either going to have Philadelphia, who's been playing pretty well since Embiid came back, and is probably who they're going to play. I don't really know if they're going to lose a play-in game. Or Miami, who beat them last year. Miami, who is going to have a chip on their shoulder, kind of, with the whole Dame thing. I'm sure that fan base, even though they don't really show up to games on time, the one thing I know that they have just cried about all year is that they didn't get Dame. So if they have a chance to try and beat Dame in the playoffs, I'm sure not only the fan base will have a little bit of excitement behind them, but the players will have a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Guys that'll be like, can't believe everybody wanted me traded for this guy. He sucks. He doesn't play defense. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that is going to be a storytelling, whatever you want to say. What is it? Storylines? Great storyline for the matchup. Yeah, people will love that. Or you're going to play Philly. So you're in a bad spot if you're the Bucks. And I mean, technically you could fall to third, which might be the best for you. I don't know. But Giannis not being ready for a slugfest of a first-round series is not ideal for them, no.
I still think the Bucks are in danger. I mean, I said Sam before Giannis even got hurt. I think they could lose in the first round based on some of their opponents. Like, I think Philly beats them in a series. I think Miami beats them in a series. Like, I just don't believe in this Bucks team, and maybe that's me recency bias, but like, Dame can't defend in the playoffs at all. Like if you have one weakness, first of all, from the context of the Heat, if you have one weakness, they're going to kill you. Like they're just going to get a switch on Jimmy Butler every possession, and they're going to kill the Bucks. And then from the perspective of the Sixers, like I just think the Sixers with Embiid, even at like half strength, which I think he could be, because I think it's a bad idea for them to bring him back. Like I still think they're better than this Bucks team. So I think any slight injury to Giannis that could affect his play is going to just plummet those chances even more. So I'm very out on the Bucks. I don't believe in the Bucks at all.
Yeah, the Bucks just haven't shown enough reason to buy in other than acknowledging the championship potential of that roster. But as far as what they've shown on the court, quite frankly, I don't think having Doc on the sideline helps the cause and makes you feel better about their playoff prospects. If they go into a series against the Pacers, for example, without Giannis, that's an older team in Milwaukee that is suspect defensively, as we're talking about, against a run and gun up-tempo offense that relentlessly pushes the pace and does a great job on the offensive glass. I think the Pacers beat the Bucks if Giannis can't come back in time.
I mean, it's possible. They've handled Milwaukee pretty well in the regular season, even if Giannis has played there. Of course, there was the Giannis has a bunch of points and he wants the game ball despite the rookie scoring his first ever point.
The Oscar Tshiebwe game.
Yes. The Pacers have won 3 in a row for what it's worth, and they are 7-3 in their last 10. They're kind of hitting their stride a bit here after Halliburton was trying to heal his hamstring injury that happened against the Celtics way back when. And then they rushed him back because of the 65-game rule, and he hasn't been very good since, but he's kind of getting back. Yeah, they could be a dangerous matchup for sure, especially, like you said, if Giannis is out. You got Brook Lopez laboring out there trying to get up and down the court against the fast-paced Pacers.
That's not a good series for Middleton, Dame. All their perimeter defenders are suspect. Like, they touted Malik Beasley all year as their best one, and they just benched him in what's kind of a must-win game last night for Patrick Beverley, who is a dog, and I love him, but he's also not the best defender in the world anymore at this stage as an undersized guard with injuries, getting up there in his 30s. So that team just, I think against Indiana, they would be Swiss cheese and have a hard time keeping up.
And Pat Bev, for what it's worth, apparently has a ligament issue in his shooting hand, which didn't look to be the case yesterday. So I'm actually skeptical of that now that I think about it, because it was on his podcast that he said he could just be spreading nonsense. But yeah, I still wish the Celtics got Pat Bev. Verdict.
Yeah, Pat Bev would be cool. I like Pat Bev. I'm in on Pat Bev. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate it. Next thing, we talked about Maine, actually. We talked about the Celtics. Is there anything else, Bobby? Did we miss anything? Did we get it all already?
I think we smashed the rundown.
Nothing weak for the Celtics. Do we want to do a Knicks preview?
Do you want to do a Knicks preview?
Yeah, I'll trash them.
All right.
The Knicks are 0-4 against the Celtics this year. They are looking to lose to the same team in their single season for a record amount of times with 5. Do I think the Celtics are going to try out all their best players tomorrow? I don't know. I don't think so. They're on a back-to-back, so you're going to be missing at least one of the big guys, if not both of them. OG Anunoby's back. According to Andrew, he's the greatest player of all time. So is Brunson. So it could be a tough matchup for the Celtics, but history this season tells you, no, it's not. Win. And they're at home. Depends if they try. I hope they don't play anybody. That's my take. Even though I would like the Knicks not to be one of the teams to beat them at home. Have they lost? They have not lost a home game to an Eastern Conference team.
No, they have not.
No.
That is correct.
It's been over a year in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on the Knicks, Bobby?
I mean, the big thing is going to be that it's interesting who plays and who doesn't for the Celtics, because it's the end, because it's the first half of a back-to-back. For the Knicks, I like the roster. I respect what they're capable of in the playoffs. The one thing is that Bogdanovich has not been great since the trade deadline. It doesn't seem like he's acclimated particularly well. It's possible that not having Randall there equals more touches and better spacing, and that helps him out. Maybe we shall see. But I did really like the moves they made at the deadline. They were on fire coming out of it before all the injuries kind of just, I don't want to say derailed, but was just a massive hit to the momentum they had started to build there with OG in the mix in particular. So the Knicks, to me, I still think they're going to be a tough physical out that's much better offensively than a year ago. But as far as Thursday, I don't know how much of that they're really going to be able to prove.
I would love them to be a first-round exit. It would be the greatest.
See, I think
on the table.
I don't have the same hatred for the Knicks that Sam does.
You should.
And I think the Knicks, let me make sure I'm speaking correctly here. I think of the teams that, I'm not going to include Chicago, Atlanta. I'm going to assume that Miami and Philly get out of the play-in. I think they are the fourth best playoff team in the Eastern Conference. Like I have more confidence in terms of my confidence in them. I have more confidence in the Knicks. Actually, that might be aggressive. I put them on the same tier as Milwaukee, Philly, and Miami, though. Like they're 4 or 5. Like I think they clear Orlando, Cleveland, and Indiana, even without OG Anunoby and Julius Randle. And I think that they are better than an Embiid-less Sixers team, obviously, and they might be able to keep up with a half Embiid Sixers team, i.e. he is like half injured still. I think the Knicks would make a fight against the Bucks and against the Heat as well. Like I think this Knicks team is really good, regardless of if they get OG back or not. We already know Randall's out, but it is this is a good, well-coached Knicks team that plays defense, and that is what the playoffs is about. So I think it'll be interesting to see how they do in the playoffs now that Brunson is fully their number one option. But should we go to trivia, guys? Are we ready?
Ready.
Pull it up.
Let's do it. Okay, so
Chad is
we are paying our respects to the Maine Celtics today. I want to know who has scored. Chat's off. Who has scored the most points by a Maine Celtics / Red Claw in a single game?
In a G League game, correct? So developmental or G League, right? It could be either one.
I have every single season of all the top scoring games I had to create this myself because there was no place for it. I copy pasted everything individually from the inception of the Maine G League team, which was, I believe, 2010 to today. Every single high scoring game. And so you need to tell me, I'm going to pull up the spreadsheet here in a second. I just need to create it because I was using it for Roundtable yesterday. The highest scoring games in Maine Celtics history / obviously Maine Celtics / Red Claws. I believe Sam has a 2-0 lead right now. We haven't done trivia in a while. Oh, also, but I told Sam this. I didn't tell Bobby. You guys both rat list because I was in jury duty and I made you guys a Quizlet set to do trivia with, and you guys just didn't see it.
I didn't know that.
I don't know how I was.
Where'd you put it? In the text or the comments?
It was in the chat. I put it in the chat. What do you mean? How are you supposed to see it? You read the comments.
I got distracted by your MKG would like a word comment.
Yeah, it was right after that, and then I got called in right after I put it in there, so I couldn't follow up, unfortunately. But
okay, all right.
But it was in there, so maybe we can do the Quizlet after this trivia thing because this was a shorter talking seats. Let me pull up the Google Sheet. Hold, please.
We did smash the trivia that we did.
9 of 9. Don't worry about it.
Love that. Good for
Great poll on Kirsten Dunst.
Listen, man. I'm telling you. Spider-Man just has it for me.
Fact.
See, now I want to do that as well. Can we just do a bunch of trivia now? Because I feel left out that you guys are doing those without me.
Yeah.
No,
we can do all three.
What do you mean? No, loser. Right,
trivia fest.
I'm gonna sabotage the dozen if we do it.
All right, let's see. Most
trying to build a win streak, Sam.
This took far longer than I wanted to get up because I'm just trying to fumble around with the Roundtable. Scored by a Maine. Oh my god, this pissed me off now. Maine Celtic / Red Claw.
Sam, who did you pull for the win last night with 15 letters?
Kendrick Perkins.
Well, did that just come to you and you were like ball game, or did you sit on it?
I knew that Kendrick Perkins was 15 because when we were trying to get the tying one the round before, it popped into my head. I was like, low key, that's a lot. And I started counting them and I was like, no, that doesn't work. It's only 15. But when you guys said Schroeder, it was only 14. I was like, nah, no way did they just go right into Schroeder.
We took the bait.
All right. I will guess. I'm going to guess Terry Rozier. You're muted.
Thank you. Terry Rozier is on the list, so I didn't want to scare you when I said this, but it did make me think of this. If they are not on the list, you get 0, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, well, this is a disaster. So I have this open in one sheet, but like I said, I copy pasted all these into another Google sheet. So when I try to increase the size of the other one, this Google is also going to increase. So you're gonna have to bear with me here. I just have to get really close. Okay, here we go.
This is one that I don't think we can get anxious at all when it takes you a while.
No, you cannot. 29.
Ooh. All right. I will go with someone who, like Bill Simmons, I fell for it on draft night. I was very excited when they got him. Didn't quite pan out. James Young.
James Young. All right.
James Young is somebody I forgot about.
$33.
That's a good start.
I remember him cooking in the G League, and people were trying to hold out hope.
I'll guess Carson Edwards.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Carson Edwards gets you
Quadzilla.
I like that a lot. 41.
Oh,
hell yes.
Well, I had someone I was ready to guess, but now we got to think a little longer.
A wrench has been thrown into it.
There's also someone who is a major boomer bust because I don't know if he actually played the G League, but if he played in the G League, he would go Carson Edwards.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I can't wait.
I have solved my problem. I just increased the font size on my
W
tab,
Jack.
so I have figured it out.
Big
Don't worry
brain.
about it. No, I just have to expand all of the sections. So there. Okay, I think we're good. Cool. All right. What you got, Bobby?
I will take a chance on DJ Stewart.
That should be okay. He had like 29 the other day.
He had 27, so there's at least a very high floor. I wonder if he beat that.
34.
He did.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Good
go.
guess. Okay.
TJ Stewart had 34 points 2 times. So shout out to
I
TJ
thoroughly enjoy this question.
I'm going to guess Tremont Waters.
Stewart. 33.
Sam's cooking.
Tremont was a dog.
This might take some filibustering.
Chat. Ashton, your first one you put in there is I think a pretty good guess. I'll
A
double check
heater?
for you. It's actually not as good as I thought it was. The other ones you put in there, one of them is good, and the other one is the last one you put in. Also good. Your second 2 guesses are both very good, and Colton, your guess, also pretty good. So, good job, chat. RJ, you're not wrong, RJ.
This is a fun one. Very fun.
Thank you. Yeah, RJ, that's a good guess. Obviously, you know that.
Can I guess Olek?
Shout out to the god.
Sure, you can. You get no
I don't think you
points.
ever put him actually.
This might be a terrible guess, but there's no one who I'm loving as a potential option right here. So shout out to the chat for outperforming me today. I will go with JD Davison.
No, that's not a bad option. I don't think. He's played well in this recent stretch.
38.
Yeah.
Ooh, that a boy.
That's a lead. Oh no, it's
Side
not.
of Alabama.
Close.
Yeah, it is. It is a lead. No,
Is it a lead?
yeah, 105, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
90, 101, 105. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a few different floaters in my head. It's very tough. Very tough. See, now I'm having more and more come through, and I'm starting to be I don't know which one to pick.
It gets tougher.
It is very, very tough. Very tough.
Can I tell you guys, for the sake of interest, and you both can say no, can I tell you guys what rank you have guessed to? How many, I'm not gonna tell you the number,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
on the
that
board.
works
You know
for
what I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just double check here because it's not in the top row. Can I delete these? Okay, yes. You guys have guessed to the highest guess you've had so far is Edwards, and he is 13th or tied for 12th on the
boy.
list. So
Nothing is
That's
safe.
So yeah, there's some room for some fun is all I wanted to let the chat know and let you guys know. I wonder if this will look better if I do this.
I have an answer in my head too, Jack, and I don't want to guess it because I think I'm gonna say the wrong name. But if I'm able to be no, this is the guy I'm talking about, will you credit me it?
I'll leave it up to Bobby because he's your competitor, respectfully.
So we kind of have to hear it because you can't be
I'm not Googling any stats or anything. I just know that.
Yeah, no,
person,
I don't care
certain.
if you don't get half of the person's name right, for example, or you don't entirely pronounce their last name correctly, whatever. But it can't be oh, I was thinking of someone else entirely.
No. Yeah. I have a specific person. Is it Chris Clemens, the guard that played there last season, along with JD?
Chris Clemens is the name. Yes, correct.
Wow,
Yes,
that was a really good pull.
I just didn't want to say the wrong last name. That's why.
Yeah.
52.
If you were Clemenson, for example, I'd be that counts.
52 points.
That's amazing.
Phenomenal guess. That's a really good guess.
I just remember talking about that for some reason. Well, not for some reason, because it was so outrageous.
Mm-hmm. How do we like this layout? I was testing something. I think it looks.
I like this.
Big, yeah.
Jack, I will go with Sam Hauser.
Oh, good guess.
Alrighty.
I hope so. I don't know what he racked up in the G League.
31.
That's tough.
Chris Clemens is a heater. That's a tough one. That's it. Yeah. As Pete says, dagger.
It might be, Pete. It's not looking good.
Oh, this sucks.
I need a 0 right now.
Yeah. You probably don't realistically need a 0, but
yeah, not factually, but
oh man. I'm gonna hold the guess that's a big swing, and I will go with somebody that I know had at least some decent outings in Maine, Avery Bradley.
This is your last guess. You know,
yeah,
right?
But I'm just gonna be after.
I know. You said hold. I wanted to clarify that you understood that this. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 25 for Avery Bradley. 180. So that means you would need
44 to tie.
45 to win.
Is it doable?
Let me double check.
Definitely is. If 41 is the 13th best,
it is doable. Yes, it's possible. You can win.
Okay. Needless to say, this is going to take a while.
Fair. I assumed.
I am looking in the chat. There's some interesting ones.
I think it's better if you guys are down here. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out the best layout here, but I think we've cooked. I think this looks pretty good. I'm happy with this question. I'm happy that this went the way it did.
This is eggshells for me. I hate this. I always lose in this fucking spot. Sorry. I lose in this spot.
Especially because we have other trivia to get to.
Oh, I forgot.
I will take a chance on someone who might be a 0 because I don't have like a, this person
I
dropped
know who you're gonna guess.
even double nickel. Who do you think I'm going to guess?
I think you're gonna guess Peyton Pritchard.
I wasn't.
Uh,
Now, that might be regrettable, but
Because now I am. No, shit.
yeah, no, I'm not going to throw his name out because it's not who I was going to guess. That might be the answer that got me a dub. I don't know, but I honestly don't even know if this person played a single G League game. It was a very brief stint with the Celtics, but I'll take a swing on Matt Ryan.
oh, that's a good guess.
$37.
Wow, 37 being the high is interesting for Matt Ryan. His number.
Yeah.
Good guess. Bobby had like consistently good guesses. I was like a high guess merchant.
Crushed it. And then you were able to short putt. I did consider
Samanich would have done it for you, Bobby.
shout out to Trey Davis too.
Kadeem Allen, Trey Davis, 57.
Was Marshawn Brooks on the list?
36, yeah.
Marshawn Brooks would have been great.
36 for Brooks.
That was the one I was thinking. I mean, I should have guessed him instead of Avery Bradley. But
Pritchard would have given you a 0.
oh, good
Tim
thing I didn't
Frazier's an
guess.
interesting one.
But yeah, that's what we got.
I've never heard of some of these people, like Frank.
Yeah.
Gaines.
Frank Gaines is a legend.
Oh, Kadeem Allen. I remember him.
Yep.
Kadeem Allen was big.
Where's Jabari Bird? RJ had that guess. That was one I was kind of shook.
32.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 32.
How many were above the 45?
He could have won with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different answers, or 6 different answers, because I think there's one duplicate up here, but I don't remember. Trey Davis. No,
Chris Clemens was an elite.
Chris Clemens was off the board. Yeah, Chris Clemens was huge. That won you the game, obviously, but that was big time.
Chris Clemens is a dog. I should go follow him on Twitter right now.
He's private.
Send him the clip of you guessing it for the win.
Yeah, his
Yeah, it's like me. Like I don't want to. I actually don't know what his name is, but Chris Clemens.
All right. Since you guys decided to ignore me last time that I made you trivia, which
It
is
worked
fine.
out.
No, I'm not mad.
Off
Here
the
we
rat
go.
list.
So this is what you could have done when I was in jury duty, because I made you Quizlet cards. Celtics with the most turnovers in a game with 0 assists. So basically, turned the ball over, had 0 assists, and played minimum 30 minutes. So all screw ups, no success with their passes
Jalen.
effectively.
Jalen has to be one, right?
I don't actually think he is. No.
Wow.
Actually, hold up. Let me, because I don't know the answers off the top of my head because I can't look at them because I'm sharing my screen. Let me copy paste if I just go into like a second tab of these. Yeah. No, he's not.
No,
And,
Jalen. Wow. Okay. Ugh.
Is Avery Bradley on there?
Nope. There's 4 names you can get.
Mark
Tony
Blount?
Allen?
Who said that?
Me.
No. Who said Mark Blount?
Well, me.
Yes.
Guaranteed
That was
guess
cold.
if you guess
That was
him.
cold.
Do you want to guess another one, or do you want to just me flip it because you got one?
No, we can keep guessing. Like this can
Sure.
just be a team effort.
The other 3 guys are very gettable names. I'll tell you.
Antoine
Since
Walker.
2000. Yep.
Pierce.
Yep. One more. This one is not a name you'd think of when you think of this category. I'll tell you that. Like this is like
Is
really
it Rondo?
No, not. Think in the other direction.
Perk?
Closer.
Warmer? Shaq?
No. You're on the right track though. Genuinely.
Amir Johnson?
No. Now you're thinking too hard.
Thinking too hard? Rob?
No.
Horford?
Think about where you just were. Think about the names. Think about the era.
Ray Allen.
Nope.
Rasheed Wallace?
You got era, you got position. Just hit me with the
Big
different
Baby?
name. There we go. Yes, sir.
That would've been
7
a
turnovers,
crapshoot.
no assists. 7 turnovers, no assists is insane. Hopefully it doesn't show you the answer and I can go to the next one. Most field goals attempted at TD Garden
Pierce.
since 2000. Nope.
Oh,
Wait,
just literally
This
who
is a
has
single
the
game.
most?
Sorry,
One person?
single game. In a single game. My bad. I forgot to write that on the card. Most field goals
Idiot.
attempted at TD Garden in a single game since 2000. Sorry, I was in jury duty when I wrote these, and you still didn't use them. Idiot.
Kobe?
By a Celtic. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was Russian. This is the last one I wrote before they called me in. I remember.
Tatum.
It
Yes.
has to be Tatum.
37
No.
attempts.
Nobody loves a shot like Tatum. Probably like it was probably the Spurs one when he hit a bunch.
Sidestep threes.
I don't remember which one it was. Fewest field goals attempted by a Celtic.
Wish
in
this
a
was Tatum.
2000. While playing
Tatum
30
tomorrow?
minutes.
Man's just out there running.
Hasn't shot once. Passing up layups.
Do we have a cardio guy that we have like just the back of our heads? Perk?
Well, this cardio guy got 30 minutes.
Minimum 30 minutes.
Minimum 30 minutes.
Perk is a good guess.
I don't know, man.
Tony Batty.
No. Yeah, I know. I was inspired. Joe Mazzulla.
Oh, shout out to Cam for being here.
What's up,
Cam,
kid?
hello. Is it Rob Ashton?
No, the chat can help. I mean, this is
Yeah.
having fun, so the chat can obviously weigh in if they get it. But
Amir Johnson.
you guys are overthinking. You know,
Oh,
you
it's-
should know this. Yeah, you should. Know
Rondo.
this. No. Fewest
We
field goals
should-
attempted. minimum
Is it
30
Horford?
No. It's funnier than
Tony Allen.
No.
One of these days, Tony Allen will be correct.
Who was just
Dang.
out there running?
Tony Snell.
No.
Kemba?
Last couple
Kemba's
of
getting
years.
shots up.
Just out there running.
This is funny. He is the only one that has attempted 0 shots since 2000 while playing 30 minutes. There's only one person who has attempted 0. Shout out Rui. It's
Is it
Grant.
Grant?
Come on. It's Grant. 0 shot attempts for Mr. Williams.
You don't have the
only
year,
guy.
do you?
I do. I
Must have
can-
been his
I can
rookie
find it.
year.
No. I'm pretty sure this was last year because
Really?
minimum 30 minutes. Let me look it up. But yeah, I remember seeing it. He is literally the only person since 2000. Oh, excuse me, only Celtics player since 2000 to have played 30 minutes in a game and attempted 0 shots.
He's in protest of it being out of the rotation.
Literally, let me find this for you just so I can show it. Field goal attempts ascending since 2000. I got all the filters. I gotta get all the filters in. Hold, please. Let's see. Minimum 30 minutes played. I will say, StatHead is a game changer for trivia. This is up the game significantly. StatHead is big time, man. Well, that's loading. I'll let you start thinking on the next one.
I would love for Amir Johnson to be what decides trivia one of these times.
Oh wait, sign up. What do you mean? What?
You gotta
Yeah,
log in,
that's-
stupid.
Oh. Log in.
Did they win that game, Eli asks?
I don't know. I'll tell you when the stat head loads. We did this.
Tillman 2 or 1 L in his last name.
2 L's.
Don't forget senior.
So Grant was here. 0, 2022, November, a game against Memphis, played 38 minutes, didn't attempt a shot, and they won the game by 3 points.
That's sick.
Tatum at 39.
+6 Grant Williams that night.
Yeah, he started, attempted 0 shots, and they won the game. What a world that we lived in, where he was starting over Derek White. What a world. Respect to Grant, but this is crazy. Okay. Next one we got is best.
Oh, there it is, loading.
Best plus minus by a Celtic in a single game since 2000, but 0 points scored in the game.
Wow, that's electric.
Rondo?
I have to load the page because I didn't log into my other tab either. So hold 1 sec. No, not Rondo.
I mean, Grant can't be too far down that list at +6.
He's further down than you think. Respectfully.
0 points. Horford?
Mm-mm.
James Posey.
I'm pulling up the stat head, so I don't have the chat. No, not James Posey.
Rui
Is there a
Estes, Luke.
minutes minimum?
Not Luke. No, just is there a minutes minimum? No, there's not. It's just largest plus minus. So I mean, they obviously are better if they play more
0
minutes because they have
points.
larger. 0 points, best plus minus. No, Ashton, it's not D White.
I mean, Nemi is a good guess.
Nemi is a good guess, but it's not Nemi.
Is it Rob?
Mm-mm.
I feel like Rob would have had to get points for like free.
Perkins?
No. Oh, I'm so confused. I instead of I forgot to change the minutes played filter to points scored, and I put minutes played 0. I'm like, why is my stat head all messed up? But yes. Yeah. Okay, I got it. We're good now.
Evan Fournier?
No.
Luke Cornett.
And
Mm-mm.
Sam Hauser.
No. Think better. Better player. More important.
better player.
I like think better. Just leave it there.
Marcus?
Motivation.
Yes. Yes. What was his plus minus?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Was it
What number?
36?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Right? Crazy. Yes, that's the real number. Plus 36. He scored 0 points and was a plus 36 in a win against the Kings, where he played 24 minutes and they murdered the Kings last year. It was when they blew out the Kings last year by 52. And he was plus 36 in 24 minutes and scored 0 points. For what it's worth, he also took 3 shots over 3. Just didn't matter.
How many assists?
7. Respect.
Yeah.
3 turnovers.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Last one. Most field goals attempted by a Celtic in a game without scoring a single point since 2000.
Tatum.
No. Loser.
Antoine.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I went.
What did you say?
Said Antoine.
Antoine. Marcus.
No.
Ricky Davis.
This
Grant.
person stands alone at the top. No, with 10 shots attempted.
Is it Rondo?
Scoring a single point. No.
Terry
I'll give you a
Rozier.
clue. No. The name has been said during this Quizlet session.
Jalen?
Mm-mm.
Glenn Davis.
No. Not Hauser Eli. I was shocked when this name was said because I knew this question was coming. I was like, wait, he's
Just too far ahead.
keep in the head, keep in the head. Not Amir Johnson. No, that'd be electric, Eli.
Rashid.
Nope. More recent.
Was it? No, okay. I was going to say, was it Shaq?
No.
More recent. I don't think Al has had a night like that. No.
Sam said the name.
I said the name. Okay.
Avery Bradley.
No.
Just trying to think of what guys I said.
Last 3 or 4 seasons. I think 3 seasons, but last 3 or 4.
Kemba? Oh, Evan Fournier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, why would he get him 40? He attempted 10 shots in a game without making a single one. and
He
scored 0
sucked
points.
for the Celtics.
That he
stay
did.
healthy. He like finally had a good
That he
game, and
did.
then I think he got COVID.
Yeah.
That he did. Do we
He
want to
was
do Daily Dozen or do you not want to? I'm down to do it, but if you guys
Hold
want
up.
to
Yeah, do it.
Let's
Why
do
not?
it.
Is it just dailydozen.com?
Yeah, if you just Google Daily Dozen, it'll come up. I think there might be Daily Dozen trivia.
Let me close out some tabs so my computer stops pooping. Make sure not to close StreamYard. Okay, here we go. This is not what the hell is this? DailyDozen.com is some meditation website. That is not at all what I want.
Dude,
DailyDozenTrivia.com. I've got it. We're good. Okay, here we go. Do you guys just go in order, top left to right?
Yep.
Cool. Can I do this? And do we still look good? Yes, I can.
That works.
Okay. After posting a record-breaking 4.22-yard dash at the and a big year Washington wide receiver John Ross got drafted 9th overall by this AFC team. It's the
Bengals.
Bengals, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. 1 for 1. You guys went 9 for 9?
Yeah, we crushed it.
Well, the chat helps us.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
This
Chap's a good
LSU
guy.
defensive back and kick returner was consensus All-American SEC defensive player of the year before getting drafted 5th overall by the Cardinals in 2011.
Patrick Peterson.
Damn. Bobby knows ball.
Got you.
We got diverse
Dude.
knowledge.
This is how we
This
win.
is where I thrive.
As part of their run to the 2023 NBA Finals, Miami Heat lost the 7th seed Heat in the play-in game before beating this to the Bulls, right? And beat
Wait
the
a minute.
Bulls.
Hold on. No, it was the Hawks
Yeah,
because the Celtics played the Hawks.
no, before beating this team.
Before beating this.
Oh,
8th
before
seed.
beating this team. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the
yeah.
Bulls. Because they almost lost.
Yeah, they're down with
Yeah.
5 minutes left.
It was close. This German chancellor organized the 84 Berlin Conference to regulate European. See, I was a history major, and this is really bad luck for me because I have no idea what this is.
German Chancellor. Hold on. I need to full screen this. Sorry, chat. European
I can do this too. Does that make it bigger at all, or does it make it worse?
84.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really help me.
Is it just the name that we don't
No,
wanna
it's
get?
not. That was
this was
way
far before that.
I
Sorry,
think
I
it's
forgot about the
Bismarck.
year. I forgot about the year.
It's Bismarck.
Ooh. Shout out Rui.
Otto von Bismarck.
Let's go, Rui.
Damn, beast.
Shout out Rui in the chat.
Shout out Rui.
Coming through.
All right,
Celebrity mashup. Is this the guy from
Marvel?
who plays Loki?
Yeah, I think.
You think it's Tom Hiddleston?
I don't know, but it
Might be
could-
Keanu Reeves.
It could be Keanu Reeves, but I feel like Keanu Reeves has
It also
more
might be Jim
distinct facial
Carrey.
hair.
Jim Carrey was my first, new Jim Carrey, the way Jim Carrey looks now. I don't know who the woman is.
I think Kate Blanchett might be a better guess. It kind of looks to me like Ellen Pompeo, who was just on TV at the Knicks game.
Oh my god, it is! Wow, I think it is Ellen Pompeo.
Okay. RJ said Kate Blanchett.
He
Oh,
might be
think
right.
it's suit.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
Kate
You guys.
Blanchett?
Well, we got to guess the man now. We've already put our guess in.
We can take
Yep,
it out
Jack's
though.
doing the same thing.
Is someone else doing that?
Yeah, I do that to the face to see if I can.
I think it's Tom Hiddleston.
Okay, put it
Will
in.
it tell us if we get one right and not the other, or we'll just say wrong?
When we look at the answers at the end, it'll say
is it Steve
the two
Buscemi?
names. No,
I don't think so.
Do we want to
Steve
try?
Buscemi does not look like that.
Do we
right
want to go Ellen Pompeo or Kate Blanchett?
Go
I think we
with
should
the one
ride
that you
with
guys were
Pompeo.
high on.
Okay, and then I'm not sure it's Tom Hiddleston, but that is the first thing I got.
The Loki guess is a good one, also.
Well, that is Tom Hiddleston, right?
Yes.
Tom Hiddleston plays
Oh,
Loki.
it is.
Yeah.
That works. So yeah, I like that.
Put it
guess.
in, Jack.
There is
Lock it in.
also there is also, and I have no other way to describe this except there's this guy I see on TikTok all the time in this clips of a movie that I can't name that I think this is, and if it is ended up being him, I'm gonna feel bad because I just don't know his
Is it
name
John
or the
Wick?
movie.
Is it Keanu Reeves or no?
No. Doesn't Keanu Reeves has a beard though?
Well,
They could be like we
sometimes.
tried to give some facial stubble there.
I could see Keanu Reeves actually though too. So I'm 50-50 between the two. If you want to go
I
Reeves,
think
you go Reeves.
it's more Reeves to me.
Okay.
All right, let's go Reeves.
Oh, we were wrong anyways.
It'll
It'll tell you after.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, you can't look now.
Daytona Beach style wings, lots of tots and buffalo shrimp are items served at this sit down chain.
Hooters.
I've got nothing. Are
It's
you?
Hooters.
Is it actually?
Yes. The wings.
Okay, cool.
Our boy
Sick.
Sam.
Tyler Posey, Dylan O'Brien, Tyler Hoechlin, Hoechlin, starting this MTV Supernatural teen drama from 2011 to 2017. Is this
I think it's Teen Wolf.
Yeah. Sweet. This actor won Oscar for Best Actress for his portrayal of Hannibal Lecter in the 1991 film Silence of the Lambs.
Anthony Hopkins. Or I
Yeah, you
think.
got it.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. Could you whisper in my ear the things you want to feel? I'd give anything to feel it coming are the opening lyrics to this 1998 Google Doll songs.
I got nothing.
Chat?
Sir Anthony Hopkins. That is true. Anyone here listen to the Goo Goo Dolls?
Yeah, help us out here. I've got nothing, chat. Please
This
help.
is a catastrophe.
We gotta at least go 8 for 9. It's gonna be Tom Hiddleston and Kate Blanchett too. Just watch. Not a big good. Yeah, that's neither. Dang. RJ, you got anything? Ben or Ban?
Got nothing.
Shoot.
Ooh.
No.
We can't cheat. We can't cheat.
Respectfully.
We might have to give up.
Can we get rid of our guess here and then do another guess for this? Or
Oh, well, you guys were right about.
Now, I will say that the only Goo Goo Doll song I know / might not be by them, but the chat can tell me if I'm right, is called Iris. Maybe it's Slide.
Wait.
Let's go with
Ashton says Slide.
Let's go with
All right.
Slide.
Yeah, you
Can
can
I
double
double
dip on the
Oh, he
face
got it!
one. Yeah,
Ashton, did you cheat? Ashton, did you cheat? Did you guys cheat?
definitely cheated.
Shout out to him and Justin, unless they cheated.
Okay, we double dipped. Guess 2 answers. So we know it's Pompeo. Do we want to go Tom Hiddleston?
Go ahead.
All right.
You might as well.
No.
No.
What was it?
It'll tell you. You got to scroll down. Show correct answers.
Adrian Brody.
We weren't guessing him. I thought he had a big nose.
Say that. Well, the nose isn't his.
I mean, give us
The guy. It's the guy from the TikToks. It's the guy from the TikToks I watch. No, it is him. I should know what it's called. Oh no! What movie is it? What movie am I? I'm so mad.
Eli had it.
That's unbelievable.
I know. I knew who it was, Eli. I didn't know his name or the movie. It's him. I'm so mad. I knew it was him. I need to find this movie so I can I don't know if you guys would have seen the movie.
Jack L.
I'm so mad. I see him on TikTok all the time. I'm so upset.
Shout out to Justin Mills.
Anyways, now I'm just Detachment is the TikTok I always see of him, the movie. Dang, that sucks. Okay. Anyways, I had to sing this on respect. Okay. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. to How About Them Celtics, which is trivia bonanza today. I want to play that every time now. That was fire though. I like being able to partake.
Yeah, we can double dip.
We
Moving
can do
forward.
that. Yeah.
We should do like
It's
connections.
fun. We can all like actually use the chat because Bobby and I never want to use the chat when we do trivia.
We should
don't
do
trust them.
We don't have to do it now because we've already been going an hour. But lay connections is also very fun. It's like basketball trivia. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bobby, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I like that we've got more trivia added to the mix moving forward.
Love that. All right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to check out Bobby's work at si.com/NBA/Celtics. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Go check out the Celtics Roundtable, which is under the live tab on the channel. You can watch a replay from yesterday. We appreciate you, and I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you're with us live, we do appreciate that very much. We have a blast with these streams. So if you're not live, come out for the next one. It'll be scheduled on the channel. You can also find full pods on the channel Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. We got one coming at you tomorrow. Pre-game live a half hour before each game. And Celts of the Round Table Tuesdays, usually around 6. Next week will be a bit later as we have a guest, but usually around 6. You can follow Bobby on Twitter at Bobby Kravitsky. Make sure you check out his work for SI Media on Inside the Celtics. And you can find us on Spotify and Apple. If you want the pod audio versions of the full podcasts and game recaps, they will be there for you. So give us a follow. You can reach out to us via email, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We are recording later today, so if you want to get those emails in, go ahead, send your rat list, send your thoughts on the Bucks game or whatever it may be. You can also follow us on socials at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Our Facebook is just the name of the podcast. Our streams are there. They are on YouTube, and they're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is at JacksMunNBA. Again, Bobby is at Bobby Kravitsky, and mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.